course, on the math behind Moneyball would be complete without an analysis of one of the most famous plays in sports analytics history. The Colts were playing the Patriots Sunday night, November 15, 2009. You probably watched this game. There were 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. The Patriots were up by 6 points, and they had the ball 4th and 2 on their own 28-yard line. Peyton Manning had just completed 2 long touchdown drives to bring the Colts within 6 points. Bill Belichick went for it on 4th and 2. Every announcer said, "Bill, you're a great coach, but you just made a huge mistake here." Well, the announcers made the huge mistakes. I hope they apologize to Belichick, although I'm not the biggest fan. Okay, so let's see, without a computer and just doing calculations in your head mentally, how could you sort of think about whether you should go for it in this situation? People have gone for it lots of times on 4th and 2 behind, but this may have been the first time, as far as I know, a team went for 4th and 2 when they were ahead by 6 points. Okay, well, this is a good example of decision-making under uncertainty. There are parameters which you don't know, but you have to estimate. Okay, so you have to estimate your chance of making the first down. Well, in 2009, 2010, it was about 50-50 teams on 4th and 2 would make the first down. But you've got the great Tom Brady. You probably have better than a 50% chance, but let's keep it at 49% chance. Then you also have to estimate the chance if you don't make the first down, will the Colts score a touchdown and win the game? And we're trying to simplify this here. Okay, we're assuming that if you make the first down, the game's over and you win. If you don't make the first down, the Colts will get a chance to score a touchdown. And Brian Burke, on a post in the New York Times, said, historically, teams in this situation, if they had the ball 1st and 10, let's say, on the other team's 28 with around 2 minutes to go, would score 53% of the time. Well, what would happen if you punt it to Peyton Manning? Well, it would probably go about 40 yards, and in that situation, historically, Brian Burke said you have about a 30% chance Peyton Manning would drive the Colts in for the winning touchdown. So then you try and figure out, by simple expected value, your chance of winning if you go for it, given these 3 numbers, and your chance of winning if you don't go for it. Well, if you don't go for it, it's easy. If Peyton doesn't score the touchdown, you win the game. So it's 1 minus the chance of a long is the chance the Colts would score a touchdown after the punt. So there's a 70% chance that you'll win if you punt. Now, what about if you go for it? Well, if you go for it and you make the first down, the game's over, you're going to win. You can run out the clock. So with that probability, you win the game for sure. And if you don't make the first down, there's still a good chance Peyton won't take them in. And in this case, it's 1 minus short, which is a chance the Colts would score a TD from, let's make that the Patriots' 28-yard line. And if you do the math there, you come out going for it gives you a 73% chance to win versus punting gives you a 70% chance to win. But you don't know these parameters. But let's keep this one fixed at, let's say, 49%. Then I did a two-way data table we're familiar with where I varied the chance of short, which is the chance the Colts will win the game if the Patriots don't make the first down. And long is the chance that the Colts would win the game if the Patriots punted to them. And I ranged long from 20 to 70% and short from 40 to 90%. And then I took the probability of winning if you go for it minus the probability of winning if you punt it and did a two-way data table. And the row input cell was long, the chance that Peyton would drive them in after a punt. And the column input cell, you can see right there, was short, which is the chance the Colts would win if you didn't make the first down. And then I took the difference, and I highlighted in red when the difference is positive. And it's almost always positive. Now, if I've got Tom Brady, and it's going to be, this will be exacerbated if I change the chance of making the first down to, say, 60% because I have Tom Brady, which is probably better than basically the average team, okay? So I make this a 60%, and you can see almost everything is pink there. Really the only way it's not going to be worthwhile for me to go for it is if Peyton has like a 60 to 90% chance of making it from the 30 and only a 20% chance or 30% chance of scoring a touchdown if we punt it to them. So it's almost a slam dunk, as Brian Burke says. It's very hard to come up with a scenario where the Colts shouldn't have gone for it. So why didn't Patriots shouldn't have gone for it? So why do teams rarely go for it in these situations? They're risk averse. I mean, nobody gets fired for sort of for taking the common path which would be punting in this case since everybody did. And basically, Bill Belichick didn't have to worry about getting fired because, I mean, his job is secure as any coach's job, I believe, in any sport except maybe Greg Popovich's. Okay? And so he didn't have to worry about this, but the typical coach is going to be yelled at, and Belichick was even yelled at, even though he made the right move. You can't judge a decision by its outcome. You have to judge it by the process. And it was indeed the right call to go for it there, and lots of analytics people, including myself, wrote posts the next day discussing this. Now, Brian Burke has something really nice called the fourth down calculator that lets you, in any situation, figure out should you go for it. Okay, so we could fill this. So if you go to advanced football, well, let's just go back to advanced football analytics. .com, and we'll come back to the site a lot. Okay. Okay, so go to Tools, Fourth Down Calculator. Okay, so you can put your information in here. So the score difference is we're up by 6. There's 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go. It's the fourth quarter. We had the ball in our own 28, and we have 2 yards to go. And so you just hit the calculate button, you can see what's going on here. And we're interested here in win probability. WP is win probability, not expected points. I mean, near the end of the game, you just want to maximize your chance of winning. Okay, so Brian says the break even, you could punt the ball, you'd have a 73% chance to win the game. Okay? Now, if you go for it and you make it, he gives you a 92% chance to win. And if you fail, you've still got a 67% chance to win there. And so the break even, we'll see in a minute, would be what probability 0.24 times 0.92 plus 0.76 times 0.67 equals the 0.73. Okay. So the break even probably is 24%, and he says you'd have a 60% chance of making it. And given that, that's a slam dunk that based on win probability, you should go for it. Now, if you do it on expected points, it's not as good a call. I mean, you need a 55% chance to make it a break even. But I pasted this into our little sheet here, I believe, right here. And so just to show you, where does this 24% come from? Probability come from? Because if you take 24% chance, the chance that you make the first down, you'd win 92% of the time. And if you don't make the first down, he says you'd win 67% of the time. And so if I take that, what do I get? Besides maybe a headache. I get 0.73, and that's equivalent to your, that's equal to your chance of winning the game if you would punt it. A field goal is not an opposite. It would be a silly play here. Okay. And so that fourth down calculator is very useful. But to summarize things here, it was a really smart decision by Belichick to go for it. I mean, the math says he had a better chance of winning the game if he went for it, even though he's up 6 points, than if he didn't go for it. And the announcers were the ones who really didn't understand what's going on. It's really hard to come up with reasonable scenarios. Just ask any announcer to fill in their 3 numbers in yellow, and I'm pretty sure you'll see a positive number right here, which means you should go for it. Okay. We'll return to Brian Burke's site in the next few videos to discuss how you can evaluate players at the skill positions, offensive lines, and defensive players using the concept of the points per play. In other words, how many points do you gain or lose on a play based on the yards you gain on the given down, which we've discussed when we talked about the value 27-27 problem. So we'll see you in that next exciting video.
Okay, so thanks for watching, and there's a free course, a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, and all of these videos are coming from one of 3 books. So first, this one, which you can see here at the top of the screen, Microsoft's book, which has 355 reviews, and then it's, let's see, 4.6 stars. It's coming from this book as well, his marketing analytics book, which is down here, and you can sort of see 4.5, or his newest book, his analytics stories book, which is here. And with that one, you can see it's 4 point something, or maybe even 5. I don't think it's 5. Yeah, 4.8. And so, yeah, anyways, in the description, there's a free 21-day course from Dr. Winston, or you can go to excelwithwayne.com/free, and it'll be there. But again, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, just please let us know. Thanks.